everything that you've just outlined there that's happened with Arsenal, the reverse really has happened with Liverpool. I just wonder what you made of the events in their match at West Ham yesterday, particularly this bizarre spat with a substitute who's about to come on between Salah and Klopp.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, unpleasant when you see an amazing manager and an amazing player. I had that at Manchester United a few times. There's only one winner, but the problem is the manager's leaving, so it helps Mo Salah a little bit. I think there might be a bit of a problem if it was to carry on for the rest of the season, but two massive personalities and characters. And overall on Liverpool, I'm not sat here thinking that they bottled it. I'm sat here thinking that they were running 100 million miles an hour. I mentioned about 6 to 8 weeks ago, I felt like they were sprinting for their lives to stay in this title race because their performance levels were nowhere near the level of Arsenal and City. You know, you watch them all every single week, and Arsenal were at a really high level. City were getting to a really high level, and Liverpool were just, if you felt, just hanging on in there. And I feel like it's just gone over the edge. It's just been too much for them. And the talk of emotion helping you and the sort of Jurgen Klopp farewell, that works, but you've got to get close to the end for that. And in the end, they just haven't been good enough, I think, with Liverpool. It's not a case of, you know, their mentality or anything like that. I think they've just gone as far as they possibly can, and they're just drained. And they've actually achieved the maximum that they can. That's where I'm at with Liverpool. I don't see a sort of a, you know, Arsenal last year were overwhelmed by the situation. I don't think Liverpool are overwhelmed by it. I just think they're not quite at the level. They're nowhere near the level of Arsenal and City in their individual performances and where they've been at. And as for Salah and for, you know, Salah's been, I was obviously at the Merseyside derby. I've done a lot of Liverpool games recently, and he's not at his level that he's anywhere. And he's been an amazing player, and he's an amazing player. But he was massively off it in the Merseyside derby. Not just when, I mean, he didn't touch the ball in the first half. What was noticeable, he was right in front of me, up against Mikalenko. I can't remember him getting the ball. I think we showed that he had about 5-6 touches after 30 odd minutes. He wasn't in the game. They weren't getting him in the game. But Mo Salah usually gets in the game. And then in the second half, when Ashley Young comes on, and Ashley Young goes to left back for Mikalenko, who picked up that knock, you're thinking, right, okay, here we go. He'll fancy this. 1-0 down, Liverpool keeping them in the title race, local derby, and there was nothing from him. So Mo Salah's just hit a brick wall. And again, got to be careful. There's a player out here today called Son that I think hit a brick wall probably about 18 months ago, was it, or so, where he looked like he was gone and he was struggling and he was hit. These players play so much football. They play so consistently, and Salah's been almost ever present for like 6-7 years, it feels like. And there just comes a point whereby you just need a break. And that's all I'm seeing. It's too quick to say this is the end of Mo Salah, because I think we've done that before. He just looks like he's just run marathon after marathon after marathon after marathon in every season. And he's got to a point whereby he's mentally and physically probably just got to a point where he thinks, it's hit me. And you don't even know it sometimes. And the season end is round the corner, and he'll get a break, and he needs that break.